Here we go. There we go. We should be on now. We're having some technical difficulties. Let me check my mic. Making movies people wanna go see. Straight up in the building, feeling like an OG. Mic check, mic check. Yeah. Mic check. Alright, well, I can't hear the through the speaker, so I'm just gonna have to do it this way. Hopefully you guys can hear me. So today, first of all, how y'all doing? Hope everybody had a great Friday, had a great week, productive week. You accomplished all your goals, all your plans, everything that you set out to do. In fact, yeah, whatever you have set, I hope you was able to accomplish those things this week. Somebody chimed in. Leave a message if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me, if I'm good on the mic. I see we got one person there. Just leave a quick message. Let me know. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Let Coach Nate know that you can hear him. My ground, that same life is all on the way to that slam, came a long way from back then, came a long way from back then, came a long way from back then, we came a long way from back then. I remember way back when, yeah, I remember way back when, came a long way from back then. Let me take you back to when we was doing them dirty things on that side street and they caught 12. Young and wild, we was all 12. Skipping class and we all failed. I ain't trying to say that was cool, just thinking about how we was. Cracking up with Dre, that poor fool, man. Rest in peace to my cuz. I ain't got time to count for these folks. I'ma stay real and that's what my pal. I'ma stay true cause that's who I am. Came a long way from busting them sounds. Yeah, working hard with my co-workers. 1K was my brother T. Waiting at my haters as I'm licking down for my brother D. Born and raised on that east side of Atlanta. Used to ride around town dirt, damn. Yo. Still kicking flavor, you can even tell. These should be the ones that work. That time of life is always on the way to that slam money. Justin, check one. Came a long way back then. Came a long way back then. We came a long way back then. I remember way back when, yeah. I remember way back when. Came a long way back then. It's motherfuckers that wish they never would have thought it. They really think that we was grinding. Now I bet they know we really about it. I'ma teach you perfect time. Everything I'm doing, I'm not one with it. I'm like they giving me the honey. Till I gotta speak about the side. So they could be trenching on the climate. When they got a talk on out already. I ain't even know what's coming this bad. Never like you know that. The whole wide world on fast. Touch everybody gon' know it. It's my headphones ain't working right now. I know why. Cause I was born and raised on that east side of Atlanta. Used to ride around town dirt. Let me see if I can fix it. Still kicking flavor, you can even tell from my grandma. That time of life is always on the way to that slam money. Yeah, man. Came a long way from back then. Came a long way from back then. Came a long way from back then. We came a long way from back then. I remember way back when, yeah. I remember way back when. Came a long way from back then. Came a long way from back then. Oh, you know what? Let me see. Let's see if I can. Hello. Hello.
There we go. There we go. Now we all good now. I ain't have
So, anyhow, again, welcome back to Impact Coaching Group. I'm your boy, Coach A, business coach, life coach, father, husband, business owner, brother, friend. I'm all those things. I'm also thirsty. I got music playing, so hopefully Facebook don't flag me. I'm also a DJ. I'm a Christian DJ. If you ever need a party, Christian event, that's what we do. I'm gonna switch my headphones. Yeah. Oh, these sound real clear. Oh, I like these. I like these a lot. Good shot. So today I'm gonna be talking about the power to succeed. Very important. I know all of us, everybody wants to be successful at something. Most of the people I talk to, if you ask most of the people if they want to be successful, they'll tell you, yeah. They'll even give you plans on how to be successful. You know, maybe you have a business plan, or, you know, maybe you want to be, you know, if you want to be successful in business, you have a business plan put together. You know, you can see the final vision and then the steps on how you can get there. Or even if you want to have health plans, you know, health goals. Maybe you want to lose weight or get in better shape. So you put together a plan to do just that. You know, could be the way you eat, a workout plan, right? What else people have plans for? Some people planning weddings to get married, right? If you know, have a date that you're getting married, you already have an engagement, you engaged and you have a date, so you'd be planning for that. All these are things. So there's many things in life to plan for, to be successful at. It's not always just money. Some people think that success is rated by money, but it's not. Success is actually more directional than it is acquisitional. Huh? You get that? It's more directional than acquisitional, meaning acquiring things. So you can be successful at different levels, but it all depends on what your goal is, what you trying to accomplish. That's very important when it comes to being successful. Having goals, what you want to accomplish, very important. Because if you don't know what you're working towards, if you don't know what the finished product look like, then how do you know the steps to get there? How do you know if you're in the right direction? That's what our convictions is for. You know, use your convictions to help you get to where you need to get to help you accomplish your goal or reach your goals, whatever that might be. Most people, when we think of convictions, we think of convictions as, you know, doing something wrong. You know, you get convicted, you know, maybe you cursed somebody out when you shouldn't have, or you know, told a little lie or something when you know you shouldn't have. And so you would think that you get convicted, you know, which is true. You do get convicted of that. But the main reason we have convictions, right, is to help us accomplish certain things. Even within that example that I used of, you know, being convicted for, you know, doing something wrong, the conviction is because you had a goal to do, you know, always do right or to be on the right track. And so if you do something wrong, your conviction will let you know that you was off off track. You did something wrong. And so it's very important that you can use your conviction The way I describe convictions is like a GPS system. Whenever you have to give your GPS system a destination, right? You want to go someplace. Maybe you're trying to go to taking a trip somewhere. It could be out of state, or within town. You're trying to find a location, trying to find a house. So we all have GPS, and it's useful and very useful now. We always use GPS, but and the way GPS works, of course, is you put in the location. You let the GPS know where you are right now, and then you put in your destination, and then it gives you direction to get there. And so what happens is while you en route getting there, if you take a wrong turn or you go the wrong way, the GPS will let you know. It'll tell you that you are off track. And so it tells you need to reroute so that you can get back on track, because you're not going to reach your destination. Either you're going the opposite or you're taking a lot. It's going to take a lot longer to get there by taking it by this direction. That's one of the things GPS does, of course. So, I got mama calling in. Let me see what's up. Hey, what's up, babe? Hello? I'm live. You live with me. What's up? She said, okay, bye. Anyhow, so your GPS system, it tells you which way you should be going. It gives you your direction. It also lets you know when you're heading in the wrong direction, which is important because you want to arrive there at a certain time. And if you want to arrive at a certain time, sometimes ahead of time. So your conviction works the same way. It works the same way. Our convictions, if you give your convictions, which is your inner self, your subconscious, right, a plan or a goal, and you impress upon it that this is what you want to do. Say you want to, lose weight. You have a goal. Hey, I want to lose 20 pounds by, the summertime or by this particular time. So you continue to tell yourself that. It gets into your conviction. It gets written into your internal GPS system. So now what's happening is now you didn't put these goals together to accomplish that. And what happens whenever you do something contrary, your convictions will let you know, like, yo, if you eat this, extra meal or, eat this food here, it's going to set you back. It's going to take longer for you to get there. Right? Or if you skip this workout today, it's going to take longer for you to get there. That's what your conviction does. So it's very important to utilize your convictions in order for you to reach your goals. Most people don't think about that. Most people just kind of set their goals in place and then they just work towards it. And often they work against themselves because they don't understand how to utilize your conviction to help you get to where you need to go. So that's just a little insight about heading in that direction. And that's actually what the premise of success is having a goal and working towards it. If you are, let's say you want to be a firefighter, right? And so, you go and fill out the application, that's successful. You had a successful day because that's part of the process in becoming a firefighter. Same thing if you wanted to be a police officer or if you wanted to be a lawyer or anything else, a judge, whatever steps you have in place, anytime you accomplish those things that puts you closer to where you want to go, that's success. So today we're going to talk about the power to be successful. Each and every one of us, there's power in order to accomplish goals. Now, obviously there's physical power that we have, which, has to do with our strength, moving objects from one place to another. We all have that physical power and we have to utilize that. Physical power is maximized by, of course, working out, eating right, staying healthy. That's how you maximize your physical power. And so that's very necessary. But there's also, another power structure. First of all, power is organized energy. If you take energy and organize it in the same direction, it moves. It'll move an object, it'll move yourself. And so when we're talking about power, we're talking about organizing energy. So physical power, if you have, let's say you had about 4 guys that wanted to move a table, right? And so we had each person took a corner of the table, right? This was a real heavy table and they wanted to move it somewhere. So each guy will be organizing their energy in order to move the table in the same direction. And so what will have to happen is each guy will have to pick the table up and they will have to be organized, meaning pick the table up at the same time, and then they have to move in the same direction in order to accomplish that goal. So if you have any one of the guys that are not, if you have 2 guys that don't pick the table up at the same time and 2 guys that do, you're not going to move the table. If you have 2 guys that going to the right and 2 guys going to the left, you're not going to move the table. You're not going to go anywhere, and if you have 2 guys going to the right side and 2 guys going to the left side, you're not going to go anywhere. You might go in circles depending on which direction you're going. So you're not going to get any progress. And so that's very important that you organize the energy that you have and head it in the direction that you want to go. So if you want to take that, if you want those 4 guys to move that table to a certain place, they have to organize and move in that same direction. Well, in order to be successful, there's things we have to organize too in order to get there. And that's how we get the power to be successful, is by organize these things. The first one is your belief system, right? So I have it, actually it's 5. I have it BFTEA is the acronym that I have for it. BFTEA, or the initials actually. B is for your belief, F is for faith, T is for your thoughts, E is for emotions, and A is for your actions. So in order for you to organize the energy, in order to have that organized power to be successful, whatever you want to accomplish, you have to organize these things. You have to have your belief system organized. You got to have your faith, your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions. They all have to be organized and headed in the same direction. So let's talk about belief for a minute. What is belief and why is that important? Well, most of the time, if 100% of the time, actually, if you don't believe that you can accomplish something, you won't do it. It's just simple as that. The belief system is what drives our actions. I can pretty much tell you what a person believes based on a lot of their actions. People may tell you one thing, but when it comes down to their actual action, it'll show you exactly what they believe. It'll show you that, because belief is deep down inside. It's not mental, it's not surface. And so if you have a particular goal that you're working towards, you have to first believe you can accomplish it. That goes without saying. You have to first believe that you can accomplish that goal. You have to first believe that you can attain that goal. You have to first believe that you can get all the resources needed in order to reach that goal. So it has to be headed in that direction. That's the first thing you have to, is organize your belief and making sure that you can do or accomplish whatever it is you want. It doesn't matter if you want to have a successful business, a successful relationship, a successful marriage, or if you want to become a doctor, a lawyer, whatever it is, you have to have your belief system in place, telling you that you can accomplish that. It's not as easy as people think it is. It's not. Most people can just say that, because you can say that you want something, but deep down your belief system would be contrary. Your belief system is going to be, will be opposite. And so it's very important on making sure that you dig deep into your belief system. And the way you can change your belief system is by constantly speaking and telling yourself that this is what you're going to do. This is what you're going to accomplish. This is what you're going to become. If you continually do that, your belief system will definitely catch on and help lead you in that direction. Again, we're talking about the power to succeed, organized energy. And we just talked about belief. That's the first energy port that's needed for us to head in the same direction. Remember, These are the different things that's needed for you to be able to move in that direction and accomplish whatever goal you want. Whatever goal you want, guaranteed, if you organize these in one direction and a specific focus, then you will accomplish it within quick time. It won't take before you even know it. So we was talking about belief. And another thing about belief is that, again, it's your mentality. It has to get into your mentality, so it's in your thoughts, right? Not, again, it's not your conscious portion that changes, but it has to be deep down inside your subconscious that doesn't change. It has to be automatic. In fact, you just have to believe it. People just be like, I believe it, right? The next thing I would say is your faith. You have to have faith. Faith is similar to belief system, but it's not the same. It's not the same. Faith is a mindset. It's a mindset. You have to have faith that you can accomplish these things. And so that means your mind is set on it. Nobody can convince you that you're not going to do this. Nobody can convince you that you can't accomplish this goal. You just automatically set on that. And that's very important. That's what your faith is. It's a mindset. Now, we know the scriptures in the Bible teaches us that faith is action, which is true. So you would know what a person's belief, and you'll see that all these things tie into each other. You will know what a person believes and where they have faith in based on their actions. If you don't have faith that you can accomplish it, a certain feat or a certain goal, you won't try to work on it. So it's very important to understand that. So how does faith get developed, right? Faith gets developed by understanding, by hearing and learning things, learning the truth. Once you learn the truth about something, you can apply it and it can become faith. You'll take actions on it. So to give you an example, let's say you wake up and somebody call you and tell you that the store, your favorite store has a sale on shoes. Maybe you want to go get some Jordan tennis shoes or whatever it is, and you find out they got a 50 or 70% sale on these shoes. So now you're getting ready, you're getting dressed and getting ready to go to the store so you can buy these shoes. So your faith is in action right now because you're heading in that direction. You know there's some shoes there. You believe there's some shoes there that you're going to get, and so you're going. So then what happens is you can get a phone call from somebody saying, yo, where you going? And you tell your other friend like, yo, I'm getting ready to go to the store. They got a sale. 75-50% off on shoes. And so what if that person tell you like, oh man, I heard that they out of everything, they're not gonna have your size, that sale been going on for the past 2 weeks and they don't have anything left. So again, you have faith that you was gonna get something, but then that person just dropped in a seed of doubt inside your head, a seed of doubt saying, so now you're thinking, man, if I'm gonna get dressed, spend all this time getting ready, driving over there, they might not have what I want. It might be a waste of time. So that's how doubt enters your head from outside sources. And so another thing, you still continue to get ready. So since you're continuing to get ready, you're still operating off of that faith that you're going to get something. They're going to have your shoe size or the shoes that you like, or you're going to find something. So you still operating off that faith. So you continue to get ready. So just as you get ready to go out the door, it starts to rain. And so you see it starts to rain hard. So now you're thinking, man, I got to go out in this rain and get wet. Number one. And then number two, they might not have anything in my size because the sale been going on for a while. So that's another seed of doubt, right? And so all along in the beginning, when you first woke up, you was fully assured, you was fully confident where you was going, what you was going to do, and that they was going to have something for you. But now, since you came in contact with these two different things introduced to you, now you're a little doubtful. And so that's how faith works, and that's how doubt creeps in. So you have to know that faith is a mindset. You have to have your mindset on exactly what you want to accomplish and what you want to do, even to the point where it's harder to convince you that it's not going to happen. whatever goals that you have in place, it should be difficult for people to convince you that it's not going to happen. It doesn't matter what people say, what their experiences were, or what they've witnessed, because people tell you they don't have no problem telling you what they've seen or what they've read or what they've heard, but you cannot allow that to hold you back. That's faith. Faith is eternal. Faith is eternal. If you have faith that you're going to accomplish something, you will not change your mind. If you change your mind, then you never had true faith. You just, wishing you had some hope or wishing. But faith, it doesn't die. It's continual, and it's a mindset. It's like me being a black man. Is if this is how it is, you can't convince me I'm not. So whatever your goal is, you have to have faith. Apply your faith to it so that you will accomplish that goal no matter what, no matter what's going on. Again, we talking about organized power, the power to be successful, the power to succeed. Organizing all these things, you have to organize your belief. We was talking about that, and you have to organize your faith. All these things have to be headed in the same direction. Whatever your goal is, have your belief pointed and headed in that direction. Whatever your faith is, however much faith you have, it should be 100% pointed in that direction. The next thing is your thoughts and your imagination. This is huge. This is huge because, again, all these things tie together, and it helps your momentum in going in the direction you want. But your thoughts and momentum is important because that dictates, again, some of your actions. If our imagination keeps us from doing things, or our imagination allows us to do things as well. If you imagine yourself the finished product, and you imagine an accomplishment or doing something, then you'll continue to work towards it. But if you imagine the opposite, then you'll be struggling. And I give you an example that I read in the book. They said if we put a large plank, right, a long board on the ground, and had everybody walk over this board, everybody would do it easily. But if you take that same board and put it like 50, 60 feet in the air between two buildings and tell everybody to walk past it, they wouldn't. And the reason they wouldn't is because their imagination would tell them that you're going to fall, or you're going to get hurt, you're going to die. And once your imagination is contrary to what you believe, or contrary to what you want to accomplish, then you're going to go with your imagination. So it's very important that you control your imagination. By controlling your imagination, you control it by your belief and your faith. Having your faith and your belief system pointed in the same direction, you can also point your imagination. Now, sometimes you can't control your imagination. You have to override it. A lot of times you have to override your imagination in order to accomplish that goal, whatever it is, whatever that feat is. Sometimes I remember back when I was first learning how to swim when I was a kid, I had to jump off the diving board, the high dive at that. And so, I just all I can imagine or think about was drowning or getting hurt. And so I had to overcome that. I had to overcome my imagination and just go ahead and do it, and believe and have faith that I was going to be okay. And so once I overcame my imagination, then I was able to go ahead and push forward and accomplish whatever goal I needed to accomplish. And so that's the same thing with becoming successful, is that you have to overcome your thoughts and imagination, because sometimes your thoughts and imagination will lead you to believe that it's not worth it, or lead you to believe that you can't accomplish these things, either because somebody else tried it and failed, or because you've seen somebody directly try it and fail, or you may have read some things. So you have to sift through all those things and take control and work outside of your imagination. Excuse me. So again, we're talking about the power to succeed, right? Organize energy. The energy you have to organize is your belief system, your faith, and your thoughts and imagination. Another thing about your imagination to help you is to take a trip to the future. With our imagination, we have the ability to take a trip to the future and see the finished product. We can see the finished product, what we want to become, what we're doing, and we can come back to the present and begin to work on that and work on the steps to get there. Another thing you can do also, you want to make sure that, and this is next, is controlling your emotions, right? Controlling your emotion. So again, if you use your imagination to go to the future, look at the finished product, whatever it is that you want to accomplish, whatever it is that you want to do, take a look at it, see what it looks like, feel it, right? You can actually feel it. And then what you do is you utilize your emotions for that time. What does it feel like to have that accomplishment? What does it feel like to be successful in that area, to accomplish that goal, or conquer that feat, right? What does that feel like? And you have the ability to tap into those emotions and make it real for yourself right now. If you make it real for yourself right now, then you're going to continue to move forward and be successful. And then it's going to get into your thoughts and your faith and your belief. All these things are going to continue to line up and makes it that much easier for you to accomplish that goal. Shout out to Pastor Eddie from youth camp. He always teaching that emotions make good slaves but terrible masters. I love that. Ever since he said that, I've been repeating it. Emotions make great slaves but terrible masters. So that means obviously use your emotions to serve you in order to accomplish your goal, to get to where you want to go. If you're in a situation where you feel like you don't like, you could be at a job that you don't like, but you have to work there right now. You have the ability to change those emotions to make that environment a happy place for yourself. That doesn't mean the environment is going to physically change, but you will change on the inside, and how you see the environment will change. And so your body, your imagination, your belief system, your faith, all these things are going to change as well. And now you're going to be in a more happy environment. If your perspective changes, then whatever it is you're looking at is going to change. And so that's how you utilize your emotion. You get in touch with that feeling of that finished product. You can imagine yourself either healed or imagine yourself succeeding in that, whatever it is you're doing. Once you do that, it'll make it that much easier and you'll be headed in that direction. Man, that's awesome. So again, we're talking about the power to succeed, organizing our energy, organizing our faith, organizing our belief, organizing our thoughts and imagination, and organizing our emotions. Very important. So the last one is our actions. Now we know if we have our belief system in place, our faiths in place, our thoughts and imaginations are in place, and we're controlling our emotions, then next is going to be our actions. And what our actions do, our actions reiterate all these things that we're doing in the direction we're heading. So we want to make sure that we're utilizing our actions to back up these things. That means if you believe you're going to be a successful author or a successful writer, then your actions are going to be writing. You're going to make sure you're writing and, reading and doing things of that nature. If you're going to be, if you're going to be a doctor or a lawyer or you're going to be a business owner, then your actions, you want those actions to display those things. Maybe reading books about entrepreneurship, or about medicine, or going to school, signing up to go to school and every single day, or talking with people that that's in the field now. These are the actions that's going to reiterate these things and continue to strengthen your faith and your thoughts and your belief system, and it's going to take you in that direction. And very important, most people not most people, but I've have encountered some people, you know, at the detention center or different people that, you know, say they want one thing, and you've seen these people before too. They say they want one thing, but they end up doing contrary. They end up doing the opposite. And so, you know what happens when you say you want to be successful, or you say you want to do this, but you end up doing the opposite, you end up stopping. You end up failing every time. And it's very important that you focus on those, focus your action and head it in the right direction. Otherwise, you won't accomplish it. You're going to accomplish it. Even the Bible teaches us that faith without works is dead. Is dead. So your action will activate your faith even more, because it's going hand in hand. You're showing that you have faith by the actions that you're doing. So it's very important that you do that. Make sure these things line up. So we're talking about, again, the power to succeed. Very important. Again, it's like I want you to think of, because most people, when they think of being successful and, you know, being strong, they work on the outside. You know, they work on the outside. They develop good eating habits. Imagine if you had a brand new car. You had a brand new car, had a brand new paint job, brand new tires, brand new rims, all these things on this car, but it didn't have a person to drive it. What would happen to that car? It would just sit there. If you don't have a person to drive that car, is beautiful as it is, with the rims and the paint job and everything, the rent, whatever you have, if you don't have a person to drive it, then the car is not successful. It's not going to be successful. A car is only successful when it's driven. Think about that. A car is only successful when it's driven. And so if you don't have a person to drive that car and it's just sitting there, then that car is not successful. It's just sitting year after year after year. It's not successful. And so you have to have that internal person, that internal energy to start the car up and drive the car around. Then the car becomes successful. We're the same way. We dress up our outside. We put on these nice clothes. We get nice haircuts. We get our nails done. We get these nice outfits. All these things to dress up the outside. But that does nothing for our goals. It does nothing for us being successful. The things that's going to help us be successful is dressing up our belief system, dressing up our faith, dressing up our thoughts and our imagination, dressing up our emotions, and dressing our actions so that they point and focus in the same direction, a particular goal. See, it's like having a powerful weapon, but if you don't have it pointed at a destination, then it's useless. All these things are powerful, powerful weapons to help you get to where you need to get to. But if you don't have a direction, to aim it towards, then you won't get there. Or if you're not aiming these things in any direction, if you want to be a lawyer, but your belief system is telling you that it's too difficult or it's hard, then you're not going to make it. You're not going to make it. You're going to end up doing what you believe. You're going to get exactly what you believe. It's going to be hard and you're going to end up quitting. So if you tell yourself, if you say you believe it, but you don't have faith that it's going to happen, you believe that you can be a lawyer, but you don't have the faith that it can happen, the same thing is going to happen. You're not going to get anywhere, or it's going to take a lot longer for you to accomplish that goal, because you got to wait until your faith comes around and matches your belief and matches your thoughts and imagination, which is the next thing. If your thoughts and imagination is showing you something contrary to what you want to accomplish, then the same thing is going to happen. You're not going to make it. It's going to be difficult for you. You're going to end up quitting, or it's going to take a lot longer for you to accomplish that goal. And so imagine if you have those lined up, but your emotions is telling you, you know, you're getting sick of this, or it's not fun, or you're getting tired, right? If you don't have your emotions in check, then the same thing is going to happen. You're going to stall out. It's going to take a long time to get there, if you get there at all. So it's very important that you get and then of course your actions is the same way. So if you have your belief system, your faith, your thoughts, and your emotions all in check, but your actions is contrary, it's going to be the same thing. Your actions are either going to lead you astray, you're going to wind up getting involved in something that's going to keep you from accomplishing your goal or reaching your goal. So it's very important that you keep all these things in check. Just like if you have a goal to losing weight or getting in shape, you have to make sure that you're eating right. You got to make sure that you're exercising. You got to watch your calorie intake. All these things you have to pay attention to in order to accomplish that goal. If you don't do all those things, it's going to take a lot longer. I'm not saying you can't do it, because there are people that can do it, but however, it's not going to be as easy, and it's going to take a lot longer than what you probably expect or what you want, because you're going to end up repeating things or being stuck in certain areas. And so if you have that goal to lose a particular amount of weight or to get in shape, then you got to make sure that you're doing what it takes. You're watching these things. And so in order to be successful in anything, you have to make sure, again, that you're watching your belief system and it's headed in that direction. Your faith has to be in that direction. It has to be in check. Your thoughts and imagination, you have to make sure you're constantly taking out the bad thoughts and then replacing it with the right thoughts, the good thoughts. Your emotion, don't allow your emotions to drive you. You're the master of your emotions. Make sure you control your emotions. It doesn't matter what the situation is, you can control your emotion. So I know a lot of people feel like, when bad things happen, they have the right to be sad or mad or upset. And I mean, that's true to a certain extent. But when it comes to the game of life, there's no rules. There's no rules in the game of life. You're not going to get back whatever is being taken from you. So you have to make sure that you're in control of all these things. So that may mean sometimes where you want to feel sad or you want to feel bad, but it's not going to help you get to your goal. So you have to take control of those emotions. And then, of course, we know our actions is very important, because our actions is what is our body in motion, and our actions is backing up everything that we're talking about, because we're not going to move outside of our belief system. We're not going to move outside of our faith. We're not going to move outside of our thoughts and imagination, and of course our emotions as well. So if you line up all these things, your belief system, your faith, your thoughts, your emotion, and your actions, line them all up and point it in a specific direction, guaranteed to be successful in whatever endeavor, whatever you have. If you line up all those things, very important. Again, this is Coach A. I'm with Impact. And so I just want to make sure that I teach you guys how to have an impact. That's the whole purpose of this channel, of these lives, is to give you some information and teach you how to have an impact in your life, how to have an impact in your career, in your relationships. And you do that, again, this today was about organizing your power. We know that power is a organized energy. And so the energy that you wanted to organize was your belief system, your faith, your thoughts, your emotion, and your actions. Make sure all those things are pointed to that direction, and you won't have no doubt but to be successful. All right. So again, I thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you check this out on YouTube, and leave a comment. Also on Facebook, you can follow me at Coaching Group. All right. So you guys have a wonderful weekend. And this is Coach A, and I'm out. I'm going to holler at you guys on the next live. Peace.